Flyover Politic Podcast, the show for normal Americans. From his undisclosed bunker, here's your host, Tony Reed.
Fishing without a license. But you can get arrested for hunting and fishing without a license. But you can enter this country and remain in this country illegally. You got a country run by idiots. If you have to get your parents' permission to go on a field trip and get an aspirin at school, but you don't have to get their permission to get an abortion, you got a country run by idiots. If you must show identification to board an airplane and cash a check and check out a library book, but you don't have to show identification to vote in our elections, you got a nation run by a bunch of idiots. If the government wants to prevent and they want to take our guns away and turn around and send F-16 fighter jets to our enemy countries, take our guns away and give ammunition to our enemy countries, you have a country run by idiots. In the nation's largest city, New York City, you can buy two 16-ounce Cokes, but you can't buy one 24-ounce Coke because 24 ounces of a sugary Coke will make you fat.
And welcome back to Flyover Politic Podcast. It is the 10th of July, year of our Lord, 2026, and that pastor is bringing down the heat. Today, going to be a hodgepodge of stuff. Just going to get into it. This is now, look at this. Coming to Kirkland, July 24th, Pursuit Church must pay for crimes committed against the youth of the world. Yeah, this is the left. City employee who's a registered sex offender was arrested for pedophilia, but it's illegal to apply for a job. You can't put it on a job app anymore because they passed a new law. So one of their own people were doing it. This poor girl was beaten senselessly by a pack of black kids. They came in to get a picture of her in the ICU. That's how evil they are. We'll cover black crime today. U.S. men's team got a bunch of money for where they finished in the World Cup. Because of this piece of garbage, they have to share half of it with the women's team, who doesn't deserve shit. There you go. But let's get right into the crux of the matter. Dems are outraged that this girl had to sit amongst this group uncomfortably, and the people that she sat with, by the way, were Dem operatives, but okay, but said nothing about when the girl got stabbed and a bunch of black people watched her bleed out. They didn't give a fuck. Guess which young lady made it home safely? And this, of course, is from the WAPO. And the WAPO put it up because the WAPO is garbage. The WAPO is totally garbage. The WAPO will always be garbage. The WAPO is garbage. But to show you how fucking fishy this story is and that it's just probably what we thought it was, garbage, here is the lady.
I just cannot stop thinking about that photo from this weekend. The photo of a black woman sitting on a train, a metro in Washington, D.C., surrounded by members of the Patriot Front, which is a white nationalist group. And I think that picture went viral because for a lot of people, myself included, it felt like a metaphor. It to me is a physical representation of a tension that has frankly always existed in America. Who gets to belong? Who gets to be considered American? These are questions that we have been asking since the founding of this country, if we want to be honest. You know, the founders wrote that all men are created equal, while many of the same men who signed that glorious document owned people who looked like me. So, yes, I recognize that the photo is uncomfortable, that these conversations are uncomfortable, but this is a very American conversation. And, you know, history tells us something about this. White supremacist movements in America, they have always adapted to the moment. Now, no, the Patriot Front is not the KKK. But it sure seems to me that white supremacy has traded in the hoods and torches for khakis and white ski masks.
Okay, so she gets her little, everybody's racist. This is the lady who they're making an icon again. She's now the new Rosa Parks. That's her. arrested for indecent exposure. They never check who they're fucking lauding. It's all show. It's all bullshit. Those guys are fucking lefties. Plattner, after all the accusations, they finally get rid of him. Just made things more difficult for the Dems. He did it, not the Dems going, no, I don't give a fuck that he's a Nazi.
From the
That's
bottom
not.
of my heart, thank you. Thank all of you. And keep fighting. We're going to win someday.
Well, that was Graham Plattner officially announcing that he is dropping off of the ballot for Maine Senate,
They're already replacing his ass. They're already replacing him. He was getting the boot. This goes on and dogs him, but you don't get to dog him. The Atlantic, Graham Plattner has signed a bid for Senate Maine, leaving behind a powerful grassroots coalition that may or may not be transferable. I think the raping and abuse is worst part, not the damage to the Democrats. But of course, they're not going to do that, because why would they do that? This Saeed guy, this is Michigan Dem. He calls himself a physician, but he's not a physician. And this is Mehdi Hassan, who's an Arab Islamist.
You got attacked by your rivals for calling yourself a physician, not just a doctor, even though you don't have a valid state medical license in New York or Michigan, which apparently is what you need legally to call yourself a physician.
He's not. But they all lie. He hates America. And Bernie Sanders and company did. This piece of shit says that Kamala worked her ass off. This is an actual quote.
The Maine Democratic Party says that they have been working to develop a process to replace Plattner if he drops out that is, quote, open, inclusive, transparent, and fair. I wonder, do Maine Democrats need to take lessons from how the party handled that transition from Biden to Harris in 2024, kind of an 11th hour process of switching candidates, where she was handed her nomination when she hadn't received a single vote as the top of the ticket,
CNN.
even
That's
as there was
CNN.
very little time to try to sort out a competitive race among candidates to find an alternative for voters. What's the lesson there?
Well, let me back you up, Brianna, because I was the one who actually orchestrated the plan for that. And Kamala Harris wasn't handed that. She actually worked to secure the nomination.
There's going to be more coming at you. Has your campaign, and I'm just putting my own campaign operative hat on here, has your campaign been working to figure out what an opposition file with any additional allegations might have in it? Do you know that on your end? Have you thought about it?
Oh, they're Oppo things. It's not real. You're a great person. They would fucking... Hitler would be fine if he had a D behind his name. Hitler.
I am listening different coaches, different federation that talk about the president called this, that, everything want to be involved. It's not surprise me.
Doesn't surprise him. Good morning, everyone. I'm Erica Hill in for Audie Cornish. The U.S. has a huge World Cup showdown, of course, tonight with Belgium. And now one of their stars will be on the pitch after FIFA on Sunday shocked the tournament by sidelining the suspension of U.S. soccer star Folarin Balogun, who was supposed to sit out due to that red card in the previous game.
CNN won't stop. Like, they want us to lose, and they think what Trump did was wrong, but they do it all the time. Here's some more just generalized liberal stupid shit that I'm putting on the front. It's, of course, Trump sucks.
Let's get right to our panel with MS Now political analyst Molly Jong-Fast and former Republican Congressman
That
Joe
lady's
Walsh,
on. Both these people are on the
left
TV.
The GOP and become a Democrat. It's good to see both of you guys this morning. So, Molly, if it is communism when Democrats fight for the expansion of public benefits, what do we call it when Trump creates a policy, a program that takes money from billionaires and then redistributes it to families, to children around the country?
Is she the journalist or the politician?
We always believed on the right that we could scare Americans with these culture war issues and Democrats would never fight back. And generally, that's always worked. So what I've been pleading.
He hasn't been a Republican lately.
The Interior Secretary, Doug Burgum, he was actually the one Trump official who spoke about Patriot Front's march. We have yet to hear from the president or anybody else in the White House. He said, there are plenty of things that I see that I might personally find offensive, reprehensible. But in America, free speech is allowed. He then went on to compare white nationalism to democratic socialism as comparable extreme viewpoints.
True.
Now, Professor, I don't know if the Interior Secretary needs a history lesson, but what is this response?
What is the difference between white Christian nationalism and Islamism? What is the difference between white Christian nationalism and intersectionality? Can anybody tell me? I know intersectionality gets this guy fired. He's making a true statement. He lost his job. This is Knoxville, Tennessee. Knoxville, Tennessee.
To the very, very few Americans in here, happy Independence Day. To the rest of you, welcome to the greatest country on the face of the planet. And if you disagree, you can leave.
What's wrong with that? It's on July 4th. Here's the media still trying to make the socialist like, what are you talking about? There's nothing wrong with the socialist. There's nothing wrong with socialists at all. How about power outages?
The power problems from the extreme heat. About 10,000 customers in New York City are without electricity at this hour.
Con Ed asking customers in parts of Upper Manhattan and the Bronx and Westchester County to conserve energy.
I'm just dealing with the heat. No air conditioning, no fan.
How about California?
No
all right, well, the power in Los Angeles is completely out. Major power outage hits Los Angeles from Santa Monica to downtown Los Angeles. Now, this is a map that shows like Beverly Hills. It shows all of the, like where all the power is out. And I'm no Einstein, pun completely intended. But that is a lot of that's a big spot of no power. What is going on? And I was told that last night it was like a big boom, like a blue puff that
this is them in their own words.
A unique responsibility to act from the heart of empire, the belly of the beast. The most important thing that we can do is take that empire down from within.
Our role ultimately is to facilitate our own empire's failure in ways that we can, ultimately to overthrow our own empire.
U.S. imperialism is not a thing that can be reformed away. It has to be.
Hegseth comes in front of my committee. Now listen. It's so easy. It's just so easy. Like you just want to beat the shit out of them.
Gonna beat the shit out of them. You don't hear anybody talking about this. Hold on. This is in a literal museum that children walk past in New York.
Just doing in a goddamn museum. Are you kidding me with this? Degeneracy?
Look at the kids looking at it.
This display on gay pride movements put out fetish gear. This was at the entrance of the museum, so every person who entered walked by.
In the school.
5, 6, 5, 7. The producer on the floor.
By now, many of you have no doubt seen this shocking, stark image taken on the 4th of July in Washington, D.C. on the Metro from Reuters. It's the picture of a young...
You knew he was going to do it. So I'm going to hit one more thing, and then I'm going to go to TikTok. In between this is going to be a soundbite. I want to pay all 9 minutes. It is Pratt. Really good montage of how they steal elections. But this is the Robinson trial, and I don't really cover this stuff because, there's so many things people are. But here's just some of the sound bites, and I want you to see how people are looking at it.
So court is in a brief recess.
All right. So here we go, another 10-minute recess. Professor John Yoo, it is very difficult to see that we get to the point of a plea tomorrow. We have yet to even hear the Twigs tape.
I think this is why a lot of Americans who are watching this are getting fed up with the criminal justice system, because this is a judge who should just take order and run a normal trial. Instead, he is, again, bending over backwards, letting the defense indulge itself,
They decided to give $20 million to 3 high-power lawyers to them come in and make this a spectacle. They haven't even got to the trial. They haven't done voir dire.
They gave me a strike before anybody even saw this video. Well, if they're going to be that way, fine. I'll just show you something and you figure it out. Supposedly, this is Tyler Robinson showing up, parking, and just before he gets out and starts walking, I want you to take a notice of this. Immediately after these two people leave the screen, that's what happens. And yet 2 hours later, oh, look.
Tyler Robinson's attorneys do not think that he's innocent, and they can prove that because they're actually trying to avoid a trial altogether because they know they cannot defend him. And there is way too much evidence and way too much powerful influence along with this case.
Oh, he did it. He absolutely did it. The only question is, why don't you believe he did it? Is it because you...
It is ridiculous how weak this judge has been. He was only put on the bench last May. You can tell. He's not confident. He is...
So I just got out of court. There was a break. I took some notes. And what I watched was prosecutors making their case for the second day against Tyler Robinson, the man that they say shot and killed activist Charlie Kirk last year. Now, yesterday, prosecutors made their case about the scene. They laid the scene out. And today, for the first time, we got surveillance video that showed, they say, Tyler Robinson on UVU campus, staking it out and crossing a roof.
They say. How do you think this court would go on if it was Harry Sisson that got murdered? A firebrand. Wouldn't be like this. It is a fucking shit show. He's not going to get the death sentence. This judge is... They had to edit little bits of every soundbite to be played. And I don't even know why we're doing pretrial. There's DNA, there's everything, but we're going to play this out with people that got Menendez brothers off. That's what Utah did because they fucking hate him. So here is Pratt. Great soundbite. See you on the other side for Tic Tac.
In judicial ethics, the mere appearance of potential fraud is disqualifying. Same goes here. Whether or not there is widespread fraud occurring, there certainly could be, and it doesn't matter how many times you scream, there's no widespread fraud. A lot of people believe there is, and there's no way to actually validate it. This isn't just about whether or not fraud is swinging the election. The appearance of fraud already is swinging the election. People rightly have zero faith in this janky, inefficient system. They feel like their vote isn't being counted. They feel like illegal ballots are being cast, and they're not wrong to worry about it. There's literally no safeguards in place to prevent that from happening, and way too many openings for it to occur on a massive scale. You all saw how it was neck and neck with Karen Basura on election night, nearly double digits ahead of Nithya, just as the polling predicted.
Rahman fighting tears on election night, trailing Spencer Pratt by roughly 40,000 votes and about 10 percentage points.
I dominated the in-person vote. I smashed Nithya on the mail-in ballots too. She was crying on election night. It was over. Then a few days later, suddenly Nithya started overperforming as they continued to accept ballots 7 days after the election.
But days of county mail-in ballots have changed the map.
I'm so grateful.
Rahman has now erased a 40,000 vote deficit and moved ahead of Pratt by roughly 3,000 votes, a net swing of more than 43,000 votes.
43,000 votes, which just happens to be the exact number of homeless people on the streets in LA. They assured everyone that this is normal because for some reason that they can't explain, Democrats overwhelmingly vote by mail.
There's a historical phenomenon in national voting called the Red Mirage.
The Red Mirage.
What we were calling a Red Mirage.
The Red Mirage.
Red Mirage. Yeah. This term was coined because about some swing states count votes, usually favoring Republicans early. Then it becomes an advantage for Democrats later in the evening and then into the next morning.
You expect to see the Republican with a lead, but it's not really a lead.
Democrats vote in higher numbers by a mail-in ballot. Historically, Democrats vote in higher numbers by mail-in ballots.
But not all Democrats, just the ones who are voting for the third place candidate, the one candidate who really needed the votes. Don't forget, there were 2 Democrats in the race, but for some reason, only the 3rd place Democrat who needed the votes saw a disproportionate spike in votes several days after the election. Plus, multiple studies have shown that mail voting doesn't provide an advantage to either party. It's a myth. The media will say that claims of fraud here are without evidence. Keep in mind, an anomalous statistical spike like this is evidence of fraud. Ask any forensic accountant. It may not be necessarily proof of fraud, but it is certainly evidence of fraud. But forget the late ballots. Just because the vote swing coincidentally matched the specific Lhasa count of homeless people on the streets, just because NGOs that Nithya cuts checks to were hoarding ballots, just because hundreds of thousands of dead people and ex-residents who've left California were still on the voter rolls, doesn't mean anyone is taking those loose ballots and filling them out. First off, it's against the law. And we all know if it's against the law, it doesn't happen. Secondly, we have signature verification. Everyone has to sign their ballot, and a computer checks your signature. Well, except some voters can't sign, so they carved out a rule where you can just make a mark on the ballot, and a witness can sign on your behalf. It can be an X or a scribble or even a happy face, as long as a witness signs off on it. And don't forget, once they separate the ballot from the envelope, there's zero way to trace it back to the ballot to check if a sudden tranche of votes that swung predominantly to one candidate had come from a bunch of ballots with the happy faces in the signature box. The DSA instructs their ballot harvesters to go door to door and tell them to vote for Nithya Raman and even help them fill in the bubble for their preferred socialist candidates. This is explicitly illegal. A ballot harvester can't tell you how to vote, and they certainly can't help you fill out the ballot. But laws don't matter if you have no mechanism in place to prevent the crime from occurring in the first place. There is this misnomer being parroted even by staunch critics of California's rigged voting system, saying there's nothing you can do because this is all legal in California. It's not legal. Even by California's own ridiculous laws, all this stuff is still illegal. They've simply removed all the mechanisms to catch the fraud and prevent it from happening. It's like a bank heist, but California has made a law that you can't lock the bank vault. You're not allowed to have security cameras, and you can't count the money inside the vault. Robbing the bank is still 100% illegal, but there's no way to stop it from happening. Now here's the smoky backroom dealing. 5 days before my election, Gavin Newsom signed a ridiculous law that literally banned federal and independent authorities from investigating vote fraud or overseeing elections to monitor for fraud during the counting process.
That's why I'm moving forward with new legislation that would make it a felony to seize ballots before the vote has been certified by state and county officials. We will be the wall he cannot get past.
That's like banning the bank from having security cameras. Now, the timing of this was deliberate. He knows this won't hold up in court, but he did it so close to the election day, he knew the courts wouldn't be able to overturn it in time for the election. It's truly like going up against the casino. The deck is so stacked against you, you never really stand a chance. You can play if you choose, but the house will never lose. So now, in California, you can loot $950 of merchandise. You can knowingly infect someone with HIV, but if you try to prevent vote fraud,
you will be prosecuted.
How can you secure the money if you can't lock the vault? How can you catch the robbers if you're not allowed to monitor the vault? And how can you even identify if the vault were even robbed in the first place if you can't even count the money? This is what California has done with the elections. Unsolicited ballots going into open mailboxes and NGOs and parking lots. Bank vault is wide open. No signature required, no ID required, no way to ID the robbers. And the beauty of their rigged system is they can have all the pageantry of this public ballot counting center. Hey, come on down. It's open to the public. Anyone can come watch so you can see just how kosher our system is.
We are inside LA County's massive ballot processing center. When Assistant United States Attorney arrived on scene to observe the process and ask questions.
All the fraud that does occur happens long before the ballots even hit this building. People have been pushing me to demand a recount. Why? You could recount these anonymous ballots 100 times. You'll get the same exact result. I have no doubt that they are doing a flawless job of accurately counting every single ballot in here with robotic precision. The fraud isn't here. It's here on Skid Row, where homeless people are paid a couple of bucks for their ballots.
They give you $2 to vote?
Yeah, we can speak. We show something.
Did they come down here and try and pay you to vote?
Yes.
They told you who to vote for?
Yes.
since I'm voting your way, can I get a plate? You know what I mean?
It's here where socialist street animals go door to door and violate the ballot harvesting laws. People bring up the old communist adage often attributed to Stalin saying, it's not who votes that counts, it's who counts the votes. No, this is the modern era of fraud. They've gotten wise. The modern communist agrees with the old communist, but just the first part. It doesn't matter who votes. It doesn't matter if it's a drug zombie being paid for their ballot. It doesn't matter if it's a DSA socialist street animal filling out your ballot. It doesn't matter if it's a blue-haired intern at a Nithya Raman-funded NGO filling out the ballots. The bank vault is wide open. The cameras have been removed, and there's no way to count the money. Now, for those of you who wanted me to fight the election, for those of you who thought I was quitting or I was bought off to step aside and quietly disappear, I'll remind you, there's a smart way to handle these things and a dumb way. Evidence is not proof. I don't say things without proof. Now, anyone saying that there's no evidence of fraud is lying. There's tons of evidence, and I was the one who got it. All those videos that you saw of homeless people admitting that they were paid for their vote, where do you think they came from? Immediately after the big spike of votes came in for Nithya, I sent my team down to Skid Row to collect evidence. We were warned by some very well-connected people that this was happening, so we acted on it immediately. But if you want to end this fraud, doing protests and bitching about stolen elections won't get you anything. You need the fraudsters to start catching charges. For that to happen, you need proof. That's what investigators do. They turn evidence into proof with a robust investigation. You think it's a coincidence that 20 FBI agents suddenly descended on Skid Row to investigate vote fraud? Why do you think they were there? You don't get evidence by going to rallies or storming the ballot processing center. You get evidence by doing real work. And the first rule of criminal investigation is you do not talk about it. Here's the reality. It's too late for my campaign. A lot of people refuse to accept that, but I can. I told you all to get your ass out and vote. Tell your friends to vote. Vote enough to beat the cheat. We didn't beat it, but that doesn't mean I quit. I don't know how to quit.
He never knew when to quit.
My goal isn't to try and salvage the campaign, just like my advocacy in the wake of the Palisades fire wasn't about my own home. It's too late for me. This is about you. This is about the next one. It's about exposing this corrupt rigged system and changing it for the next election. If I have to be the kamikaze pilot to finally get this fixed, so be it. There's a right way and a wrong way to do this. The right way isn't easy, but it ends with commie animals in handcuffs. I will restore faith in our elections if it's the last thing I do. And to all you fraudsters out there, we've been watching you, and justice is coming.
Okay, we're going to start off with Taylor Swift.
Swear to protect you with my soul, with my life, and everything I have, forever. Travis Kelce brought tears to Taylor Swift's eyes.
All right, everybody calm down here, because we got some crazy news coming out of this Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce wedding. Looks like we have a text exchange here between Taylor and the head of security at her wedding. So right off the bat, it looks like we have something going on. We have a situation, and Taylor goes, can this wait? Because, like, she's at her wedding. Like, what are we talking about? And the security goes, you told us to report anything unusual happening. And Taylor's like, what's going on? There's a couple making out in the coat room. And Taylor's like, all right, seriously, like, what? And security's going, very, very seriously. She goes, do we know who it is? I mean, like, who could possibly be doing this? This is such, like, a high-profile affair. Like, all these celebrities are there. Like, who could this possibly be? And the security goes, I think they're trying to stay hidden. One of them looks like super famous, and I think it's who? Who could it be? Stay tuned.
Okay, so a lot of angst coming out. Group chats of Travis Kelce's chief teammates explode with shit talk about Taylor Swift's wedding. It was pretty pretentious with the general consensus. It's pretentious, says the general consensus. I don't know what that means.
Taylor Swift haters always have the same ignorant nonsense, such as, I mean, she would literally have no career if not for the very many exes she has. Well, do you understand that, first of all, in order to have famous exes, one has to be famous?
I lost my...
The reality is she went through men like fucking underwear.
job at MSG and I didn't sign any NDA. So the reason why I got fired was not because of Taylor Swift. I don't think she even saw the photos that I posted, but it's because you're not supposed to post private events on social media, and so it just happened to be Taylor Swift's party. But boy, that party was fucking sick, man. So I've seen a lot of photos that are real, and I've seen a lot of photos that aren't real, so here's what I saw. So I worked on the catering side of things, so I worked with the foods. I wasn't the cook. I can't cook for shit, but I gave the food to the tables. First there was desserts. It's like, pastries, donuts, whatever you can think of, but they're nice and fancy. They have tea all over it. For the main course, we had mac and cheese and dino nuggies because apparently that's what Travis wants. So they're really particular about his dietary restrictions. And for Taylor Swift, it was also dino nuggies and cabbage. I don't know what her thing with cabbage was, but there was a lot of cabbage there. I remember I was handing out cabbage left and right. I didn't get to watch a lot of the stuff, but I did get to watch the actual ceremony because we were handing out the champagne. Adam Sandler, that's my boy right there. Adam Sandler's my fucking boy. I remember he was giving his speech and he was like, acknowledging his friends in the audience. He's like, oh, Brad Pitt, Demi Shalama, oh, dude, that fucking dude. So unfortunately, I didn't take many photos, but I have some of that. And then I have one where they were doing a seance at the after party. And so I can maybe post that, but it might
seance? This is what I like right here. Taylor Swift, 36. Husband, Travis Kelce. Children, none. Ex-boyfriends, 14. Body count, unknown. Cats, 3. Now do you see why so many modern American women connect with her? Yes. And then there was this that's all over the place. And I guess if you're Olivia Rodrigo, this is a big deal because it was all over TikTok.
Basically saying, look, Taylor Swift also wears these dresses, so it's totally fine. I mean, they literally made her the entire headline. It reads, with Taylor Swift's endorsement, we have officially entered peak baby doll season. And they used this specific paparazzi photo and this dress as proof. And the first line of the...
And she wasn't invited. Because Taylor Swift became friends with her, and then she made too much money, so Taylor Swift sued the fuck out of her, and that's sad. So we're going on to Quincy, and I played this guy before, but Quincy's dead, and it's really sad. But this is hilarious. Watch this.
How did he know? How did he know?
Here's Quincy, who literally humps a dinosaur.
There is a house built out of stone. Yes! Autumn flowers, walls and windows set. Tables and and you were my baby. It started when we were younger.
Hey everybody, since Quincy died, I haven't posted in over a year, and I just wanted to come on here and tell you why. After he died, I just really wasn't ready. It's weird filming this right now because so many videos, he was always just like in my arm.
Poor guy. This is his buddy. We have a son with a 15-year-old cat.
So much of what
We're
I've
scared.
shared over the years when it was
That's all he
hiding,
has.
he just wasn't any dog. I did everything with him. We traveled the country together, got to meet amazing people, and he really was my best friend. And posting again without him just felt really hard and weird. But over this past year, I've been working on something that means a lot to me, something that's really special to me, and that's a children's book called Quincy's.
Good for him. That's sad. Takes us to a dancing cat.
Quer ganhar Ibope? Senta no revólver que eu posto no TikTok. Quer sucesso, tu vai ganhar. Quer mídia, tu vai ganhar.
You know this cat's fucking pissed. I don't care who the fuck you are. That cat is like, I'm gonna fucking murder this guy and his fucking stupid. I was going to play something on Connor Murphy. Not gonna. He went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I guess he was one of those looks maxing weirdos, and he went cuckoo for the Cocoa Puffs, and he went and swam away from the cops and drowned. So this is if Kamala had won 250. That's how it would be.
As we come up on America's 250th birthday, I don't think anything could make this administration's lack of interest in our country more obvious than how they are treating this celebration. Now,
I hate her. This is how it be. Shake the booty. Shake the booty. This is They Asked AI.
Oliver.
If Kata would have won. Or Kamala would have won.
I still can't believe you got us into the 250th at the White House.
Let's just say I know some folks in the Kamala administration.
The Kamala. Money to the Somalias. Yeah, you're instantly the opposite sex.
Please.
Can I get trans?
Please trans myself? Oh, honey, you don't need parental permission for that.
America is problematic and racist Oh, America, you're racist and you're bad. The worst country that the world has ever had.
Abortions on demand.
I think it's a nightmare to watch people trying to stop America from being America. I don't believe in globalism. I don't believe in anything else. I think the shining city on the hill is one of the things I still really believe in. There's a lot of people trying to pull it down, and that is part of our world.
It is, and it's fucking sad. Neck Boys. I don't know who these guys are, but they were in my Instagram, which brought a bunch of nasty skankery. So this is skankery.
This is the worst example of any woman that's ever lived throughout human history.
Still
if you're a
doing porno
teenage girl
while
looking to
she
grow up and
is
make
pregnant.
money, there's a lot of ways to make money. Don't follow cretins like this. That is Bonnie Blue, but her real
Promise.
name is Tia Emma
Aurelia,
Dillinger.
here we go.
1.4 million women in America do OnlyFans. 1.2 million is between 18 and 24. I decided to Google the number of OnlyFans workers. And when I tell you guys this number, I want you to remember sex work is an industry for young women. And so the majority of this number is going to come from Gen Z. I found out 1.4 million women in America do OnlyFans. 1.2 million is between 18 and 24. What percent of women, how many women in America are between 18 to 24? I find out roughly 10 million women. So just
10%.
on OnlyFans alone, 10% of women in that age group are on OnlyFans. So there's only 10 million women between 18 to 25. Then I decided to think more about the consumers. Who is consuming OnlyFans? And I found out that 82 million American men subscribe to OnlyFans. Now,
that's the only
to
content
think
they
about
have
how
with women.
big that number is, how many people are in America? 165 million men are in the United States. And they're telling me that 82 million out of 162 million are subscribed to OnlyFans. Of the 82 million men subscribed to OnlyFans, 90% are married. And 87% of OnlyFans users are male, and 68% of OnlyFans users are white. So the average OnlyFans customer is a white married man.
And that's fucking sick. And then you get the neck boys. These are all girls that are OnlyFans models that come and do degrading things, but they think this is the highlight. This is the highlight. That's Sydney Sweeney.
Like that, like that. Hang on, like that. You got it? Swing away, all heart. Yes, you do. Yeah, you got it. Just a little. It's just a little guy. So fucking dead. Somebody goes in chat, they go, give me a cup of that pool water.
They're going to sell the pool water.
All right, let's see.
What are they doing?
Yep. Oh, I don't even feel anything. You got this? Damn, that ass fat. Oh, wait, let's move over here. Let's put it, I'm helping him with the angles right now. All right, there we go. Yeah, wow, her hand placement.
All up in the air. All heart, fall for more. Rocket, great golf shot. Yeah, boys. How about?
Alexa looking fire in the Happy Dad.
Oh, thanks, guys.
That's right. Makes sense. Yo, the T's are going to be a massive play.
As a father of a daughter, god damn, that's depressing. To more positive thing, this is a social experiment where they put phones, pay phones, in two different places that direct call each other. You can call a boomer, you can call a Republican. It's pretty interesting. This is between Boomer Zoomers, Boston and Reno.
Hi, this is Julia. I'm calling from Boston.
Joanne, hi, I'm Marilyn.
Hi, Marilyn. How's your day going?
Good, it's good.
Is this your first time answering the call from the payphone?
No, actually, it's not. It's my...
Texas and Frisco.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how's it going?
Very good, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Great. Where are you calling from?
Abilene, Texas.
Fantastic. San Francisco, California.
Oh, of course.
I was running down the street and I heard the phone ring. I was like, wait a second, I know that phone.
Oh my gosh, are you a runner? Oh, sorry, that's really stupid.
Well, it's funny, the salon's closed, so I have to reach through the metal bars to hold up the receiver, so...
Hello? Hello?
Hi, how are you? I'm Ryan.
Hi, Brian. I'm Maria. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Oh, wonderful.
I'm standing in front of a pavement coffee shop on Boston University's campus, and to my right here is an old-style payphone that says in huge letters, "Call a Boomer." And on the other side, it rings in Reno, Nevada, and a senior senator, and that payphone says, "Call a Zoomer."
We put a payphone in one of the wealthiest neighborhoods in Los Angeles, and when you pick it up, it will automatically call another payphone in a neighborhood with one of the highest poverty rates in Los Angeles. And this is one of the first calls that went through.
Hello. What's good? I need some money. I need some money.
So do I.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
Good, excellent. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, of course.
So I am not a Democrat per se, but I am a resident of San Francisco. I kind of abandoned the Democratic Party.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi. Who am I
What's your
speaking
name?
to? My name's Maria.
Hi, Maria.
Isn't that cute?
My
It
name's
made
William.
that lady's day.
I'm here in Abilene, Texas, one of the most conservative towns in America, at the Call a Democrat installation, where if you pick up this phone and give it a call, it'll ring on the other side in San Francisco, one of the most progressive cities in America. There are 3 things that I want to say that are really interesting that this installation brings up for me. When it comes to labels like Democrat or Republican.
We bought this payphone on Facebook Marketplace and then modified it a bunch and then changed the signage to say call a Republican. And then we brought the payphone to San Francisco, California, which is the most liberal city in America. And then we installed the payphone outside of Black Serum. We bought 2 abandoned payphones on Facebook Marketplace and then we added new signs to each of them. So now one of the phones says call the 1% and the other one says call the 99%. We also put these. We paid $600 to mail this old payphone to Boston, Massachusetts. And then we modified it a bunch inside of this nice Airbnb.
Yeah,
and fixed the light on it.
Call the 99%. Here's the last one. I mean, I just think this is a really smart idea.
Connected to the party line in Abilene, Texas.
And just like that, a payphone in San Francisco is connected to a payphone in Texas. It's all part of a social experiment called the Party Line.
This call may be recorded for use in a public project.
This phone sits outside a tattoo shop on Valencia Street in the Mission District with a simple invitation: call a Republican. And for many, curiosity won.
I just thought I would give it a try, calling a Republican in Abilene.
On the other end of the line, hundreds of miles away, is a matching payphone in Abilene, Texas. There, the message is flipped. Call a Democrat, bringing a mix of emotions.
I'm scared. I don't know if I like this. Ours is downtown, about kind of the same, a busy area, but it's in front of a bookstore.
That moment of finding common ground is exactly the point. The creators say no dialing, no apps, no profiles, just 2 strangers connecting in real time.
That's a pretty cool little experiment. So now we're going to go into our algorithm. This is hilarious. Look at this dog. He owns this crap.
She tried to do it again, and I was like, are
Tell
you
him my
dumb?
dog about my
Because
day.
that just doesn't make sense. Like, it just wasn't getting through to her that everything that was going
Good
down
luck.
was going down for a reason, and she wasn't trying to.
He's like, okay. To show that liberals never change.
I think maybe the best thing for this country is 1975 being International Women's Year, even more than 1976 being bicentennial, you know, because I think maybe women should have a larger say in really what happens in this world, and our basic loving.
Yeah, okay. This is what I think about that. I don't know if this is real.
How I imagine each firework passing gas.
What does a lug wrench sound like?
Yo, Strength, what sound does an air impact make? Hey, Chaz. Sorry to bother you, buddy. What sound does an air impact make? Christian, what sound does an air impact make?
Air impact? No, we use electric. Like this.
Hey V, what sound does an air impact make?
Tall Batman, tall Batman. He's taller than regular Batman, not as tall as real.
This is so stupid. Look at this girl, man. I think she wants to fuck him. Here's Japanese. They at least have class still. They bow after losing.
Japan is the only national team in the world that applauds after losing. What the Japanese do is something no one else does, and it's truly admirable. Brazil eliminated them in the final minute of stoppage time. They played an incredible match and deserved to go much further, but what they did after being knocked out became even more viral than Brazil's qualification. The Japanese players walked over to their supporters, stood in front of them, and performed the famous ojigi, the traditional Japanese bow used to greet, thank, say goodbye, or apologize. Instead of crying, they thanked their fans for making the journey to support them. They applauded them, apologized, and then left. The fans, instead of leaving the stadium, stayed behind to clean up the trash left by the opposing supporters. As if that wasn't enough, the Japanese players left their locker room completely spotless and organized, and even wrote a thank you letter to the city of Houston. In Japan, children are taught from a very young age to leave every place cleaner than.
Japanese still have something that's called honor, which we have lost completely. And that would degrade my country. I would say we're the most disrespectful motherfuckers on the planet. We don't respect other cultures. And I'm a hypocrite. I did it in 1990 when I went to Korea. I treated people like shit. But in 2000, I learned my lesson. Look at this dog. That's hilarious. This one, I think, is so hilarious. I don't know who came up with this, but that fucking shit's funny. Yeah, that's really funny.
You got a fast car.
Listen to this.
Drive too fast, please slow down. 70 miles in a school zone. You wipe the blading off the children. You're gonna get a speeding ticket. You lose your license and your job at Target. Your vehicle has been impounded. Your car is not so fast anymore.
Nicely done.
Believe it. Get off your ass and run to the movie theater and go see Young Washington.
Found this camera buried a foot deep in the river mud. It said,
I don't know. You'll never find them, and even if you did, you'd never make it back. I just got out of a screening of this movie. It's so good. It's so good. It's like
yeah, I'm gonna rent this one when it comes down.
Hi, where have you been? Oh, I just dropped my son off to a book reading at the library. Who's the author? The
This
guy
is a
that
guy
wrote Minecraft.
that did
Or that was
Minecraft.
a game. I guess it was a book fest.
The end. Now, wasn't that a fun little story, everybody? Now, who wants a photo with Uncle Adolf? Who wants a photo? If not, bring over the...
This young lady boated from California to Hawaii. California to Hawaii.
Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 7, day 10. Day 18. Day 23 of becoming the first American woman to row solo from California to Hawaii.
I'm coming
home. This is so cool. This is so special. Day 36. Just want to say thank you to everyone.
This is fucking
supported
badass.
this and cared about the journey and wished me well and believed in me. I couldn't be more grateful.
A while ago, I covered Judy's Pancake House. She did this really cool marketing thing on TikTok, and she had quite the following. Unfortunately, she posted this.
I have the best pancake! Hey, where you go?
Now, understand, she's an immigrant. She came to this country. She built her own business. She's a fucking badass. But she went to the 250th and set up a booth to broaden her business. That's all she did. Liberals are dogging her, giving her bad Yelp reviews, calling her a piece of shit, saying she's MAGA. She's not MAGA. She's now posting, I'm not doing political stuff. She's just proud to be an American because she became an American the right way. You fuckers love pieces of shit that come in here and steal and rape and do all that crap. Why do you hate a person that comes and does the right thing? And then in August, I'm going, I told my wife, we had a huge argument about it already, but I don't give a fuck. I'm buying the stash pack. I'm buying the stash pack. I'm buying the stash pack. This is the coolest thing ever. I'm buying it. Look at that thing. Huge bucket. Big glass. Got a hat. Got a hat. Got a hat. It's got a fucking trooper hat on top. It's the coolest thing ever. 2, crime the African-American kind. Crime the African-American. All right, to our slides. This piece of shit's ripping off license plates off Teslas because she's still garbage and she's stuck into a different world. This is, I'm going to do this on immigrant. That's an immigrant one. This woman under attack, Omani Abdurrahman, was just arrested in Georgia after she allegedly vandalized the homes of Trump supporters, slashed car tires, dumped trash, and left threatening letters. Yeah, she's a nice person. Ebonics, black activist group, is urging the California public schools to bring back black English. I don't know why we would do that. A sweeping new White House report concluded that the Smithsonian Institute National Museum of American History has become taxpayer-backed institutional ideological capture, and now it's still another huge fight about literally stopping the leftward tilt of stuff. And I don't understand why that's bad. Like, what is wrong with you people? Like, seriously, what is wrong? Why does everything got to be liberal? Just stop. So this is more footage from the white officer that got the beatdown. So we have more context on what was going on. They're trying to get people just to go the fuck home. All those people should be arrested for obstructing justice. I was arrested for obstructing justice once in the Army. Look at that shit.
Well, that boy got something that'll soak you.
Yeah. One more. That's the white cop. This is how it started. This saxophone sounds everywhere on TikTok. I downloaded it just to put it. I'm like my phone ringer. It's from Boys in the Hood. And this is the beating once again. How do you end up like this? Here's a close second. I played this, but I didn't really pay attention to it. There's a baby in this. The baby gets crushed by these two black ladies trying to beat up a white lady. Look at this. The baby is coming to beat it. The baby is coming in to hit the white woman because that's what she's taught. And nobody is helping. Nobody's helping. Nobody's helping. Look at this shit. Where are the police?
Wow. So we can use it up to
that
80
ordinance
decibels.
means like music, not talking. If someone is offended by your talking, then we have a problem.
This is a lady. He's a Christian being harassed. But stuff like this is happening.
These
Look at
niggas
this.
trying to sign me for $1,000.
This is where it comes from.
$1,000 no. What y'all niggas talking about? I got it, nigga. I'm voting them, nigga. I come slide on y'all block with the Glock out. Hold 16 shots.
Why does
boy.
he have a gun?
16 niggas at the same time. And he came with some hollow, boy. I already know. Nigga, anything I lemon sweet, boy.
This is carnival. Carnival buffet. Carnival buffet. Carnival lining up. Just lining up. Look at this shit.
Watch out.
More.
World Star! Back up, my man.
This is Chicago. What makes you act like this? Customs line. Another custom line. Another Carnival cruise. So this is where they get the idea. This piece of shit was fired this week, and this is how she treated a white customer.
Like you did.
Look at this.
And you think you're gonna check me in? I bet you we won't.
Okay?
I paid for a ticket.
And you
Yeah,
paid
I paid for a
$25 for
ticket.
agent assist fee, and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just
And you
said
thought
that
you
I.
was gonna get on your flight.
Yeah, I
And you
just
thought you
said
was
that
gonna get
I
on your
would
flight.
pay the
And you thought you was gonna
$25.
get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight. And you thought you was gonna get on your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check in.
And you're not getting on your flight.
Because it's a policy. We don't control that.
This goes on and on and on. This is normal conduct. Those are women. Those are women.
Check this out. Oh!
Damn! Damn!
Remember, this is 1 week.
En la esquina de North Lake y Military. Estos desgraciados, malditos, malparidos, se están llevando a gente.
This is a guy that finally just goes, I'm done. I'm done with you. Good for him. Fucker. Look at that. Look at that disrespect. And that's how the kids do it. That's how the kids do it. This is what they see from the parents.
Bro, what the fuck?
This is Newport Beach.
Bro, that's hella Gatorade.
The caucasity. They're trying to compare this to what happens every day. Look at that shit.
Pull back.
That's a person that got shot, domestic dispute. These are women. I ask you, how does this happen in American City? How does this happen? They just let it happen. This was part of it. So, white guy is going to get stabbed for being white, but that's not going to make it. This shit's
The
unbelievable.
dangerous land
Look
of
at this.
Memphis, Tennessee had
That's
quite a 4th of
Memphis.
July celebration.
Took
Here you
cops-
see the National
National
Guard
Guard
dealing
had
with
to
some
shoot a
problems.
motherfucker.
And listen to what this gentleman had to say.
I'm gonna kill a cop tonight. I'm gonna kill a cop tonight. Get ready.
He might be for real. I don't know.
All right then. So is anyone out there surprised to hear that the National Guard ended up shooting and killing someone they say pointed a gun at them? Anybody?
Police say Johnson ran from the scene while holding a handgun and turned toward guardsmen during the chase, resulting in 2 soldiers firing their weapons.
Well, the local media seems to think they've got another Renee Good situation on their hands, but it just isn't taking off.
Johnson was a new dad, moved to Nashville, and came to Memphis.
Why is it always they lionize thugs and say they're great people? But the moment as a white person you fight back, you're a piece of shit. They don't go back and say he's a great father, he's never done anything, he's never had a felony, blah, blah, blah. That's what they do for all these guys. He's a thug. Here's another black guy hitting a white cop female. Here is people in New York with Molotov cocktails on a church, but we didn't hear about that. Nope. Why would we hear about that? They look African American. They didn't look Asian. Look at this. What makes you act this way?
Go, bro, go. Run. Get Jubal. Yep, got him. There you go. Oh, my God. Come on, get off of him. Get off of him.
Hey, 12's trying to shut the beach down. When I come back to this bitch tomorrow, I'm gonna lay button all through this bitch.
Keep walking. Let's go.
That's just normal. Nothing wrong with that. Here's another one on the shooting itself in Memphis.
You know it's bad when the National Guard's coming in to clean it up.
Yeah, that's what you get.
And it sucks to know that like something could have made any difference.
And it sucks to know that my brother was laying on the ground alone for an hour.
Bautista's family and the Cambridge Police Patrol Officers Association are now questioning if the city's removal of ShotSpotter made a tragic difference. The gunfire.
Yep. He chased her down, just tried to make small talk, and obviously she was minding her own business, and she just didn't want to engage. But you can see through the video that he got more aggressive at the very end.
Other residents witnessed the assault. You can see that teen took several punches to the face and head before falling to the ground. The culprit grabs cash, we're told, about $30 from her hand and takes off on his bike.
Here's more. Look at this. It's just a black guy randomly punching a white guy. Doesn't make the news. Doesn't make the news. That would not be good for the white people.
This is
good.
good.
Look at this shit.
Evil, a grown man
Look at that
violently
shit.
attacking a 76-year-old
Just a white guy getting drug
Asian
out and
woman,
beat.
robbing her, dragging her across the street like trash. Her head.
Why? Look at this one.
People seem to think that when we import the third world, whilst it might be tragic that some of the adults are violent, murderous rapists, you should think of the poor innocent children. But did you ever stop to think that maybe the children fucking suck too?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Did you ever stop to think that maybe your children don't deserve to go through this shit? Look how long this goes on for. Look at all the white people just going, what the fuck is this? This guy walks over, he doesn't even do anything. He's like, could you please stop? She's kicking the shit out of her. And then what? There's some teachers rock up eventually. And what do? Do they hold her back? Do they do anything to her? I don't know. They do absolutely fuck all. They just stare at the...
Nothing, because you can't, because it'd be racist if you did. Look at this.
What did you say?
I want to talk to Shay.
Can you not touch me, please?
It's a black guy.
Can you not? I'm recording you. Don't touch me.
I'm recording you. Don't touch me.
I'm here relaxing.
I'm not moving.
You can go around.
I can't.
You can. You got legs.
I'm 80.
Look at that fucking shit. I
They
punched
run
that
their own city.
motherfucker
They
in
run the
face.
city. Look.
This
Police,
is a town
look,
that doesn't have
Look at that
anybody
man.
anymore. They don't have any police. Look at that. Walking around the
Ain't
gap.
no police. Look at you.
Gat his pants. Look at this. Shoot him. Look at this shit. Look what they're doing to. That's a black kid.
Okay, stop. I didn't do that.
This is one of the most brutal things I've ever seen in my life. So if you're squeamish, don't watch. They're holding a guy, some black kid, and as a pack, they're kicking him in the face.
I told you to go to the next room. Here, I told you. Be quiet. Stop.
It's like fucking Lord of the Flies. I'm going to pause this. This is a cop, Latino. You think the media would care, but they don't. Latino cop getting shot and killed by this peace-loving Islamist piece of fucking shit who will be treated better because he's black.
Please.
And they wonder why black people are shot. Because they have guns in their fucking hands.
Hey, police.
Hello.
Look at that shit. He died because he got out and kept shooting him.
$58 shots fired, shots fired. Partners down. Jimmy, you alright? 58 shots fired. My partner is down. Code 3 now.
Teammate for 58.
Shots fired. My partner is down. Jimmy! Jimmy, stay with me!
I can't watch the rest of it. Yeah, it's white people.
Bro, get off him, bro. It's on camera. I got you, bro. We good. It's on camera. What are you pulling his hair for? Get off him. Let him, don't do nothing, bro. You're not doing nothing. You just...
That's normal. Here's more kids. Black guy gets out of the arms of two cops, grabs his AK, shoots officer in cold blood. Here's a black father. I don't let my kids get around white kids because white kids are bad.
I don't even let my kids play at the park without me supervising the whole thing. So I'd be damned if I let my black kids hang out with a group of white kids unsupervised. You got me f***ed up. You got me f***ed up. I don't give a f***. I'm cool with the parents. I don't trust you, motherfucker.
The total opposite is true, and here's a black mama saying it.
I'm gonna just say it flat out. Black people are out of fucking control. Like, out of control. Like, they beat up themselves in the street. They shoot themselves dead in the street. What else do they do? They rob everything. Someone will get beat up, they'll rob the victim's pockets. When they're on the floor dead, they'll rob the pockets. My only response, right, to you, because I know you're watching this and you're like, oh, this fat black bitch, how is she saying this? This is how I'm saying it. You go find videos of white people doing what we do. Go find I want videos, because I'm talking about today. I'm not talking about when they came and burned and raped and pillaged. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
We're talking about 2026. You go find me a video of white people doing the same things we're doing, and I want mass. Like, I want you to find me 100 videos, because I can pull up 100 videos of black people right now. It'll take me 10 minutes.
So just out of curiosity, I listened to what this black woman said, and I wanted to test it. So I went to TikTok and I typed in black people robbing, and what you see is a bunch of videos that call.
I never realized how bad it was until I started watching Base Conservative. And then I just did Google searches. I just did TikTok searches. I just searched. I could sit here and just for 5 hours play just every week of fucking black people beating the fuck out of some white person. Some cop. Somebody. It's a miracle more people aren't racist. It's just a miracle. Because they're savages. Some of these black youth are savages. You can call me racist, but they are. They're raised in an environment like that little kid with the gun. That's how they're raised. And don't tell me it's white people. Don't tell me it's institutional racism. Don't tell me any of that fucking bullshit. Jay-Z sold drugs. Jay-Z's a billionaire. Married arguably the beautifulest black woman that ever lived. Every sports team is dominated by black people. Don't. Just don't. Opportunities are there. We've done nothing but make sure that black people have more opportunities than white, but you choose not to. And that's why we have an immigrant problem. She's dead. Dead. He beat her to death. 13th person to go over there, from the river to the sea. Palestine must be free until they kill me. A Gambian migrant stabbed a 55-year-old man 20 times in Milan before reportedly saying, "I had fun. As soon as I get out, I'll do it again," to the police officers that arrested him. Oh, they're peaceful. Socialism Arakada, destroy Israel. That's Spain. That's what you get when you give 800,000 people citizenship. Dad dies of grief after daughter 12 raped and beheaded by illegal immigrant. Gaza doctor who slammed Israel in New York Times op-ed is Hamas colonel seen in military uniform. New York Times op-ed, so yeah, that makes sense. Leaked German intelligence report warns Islamists are infiltrating public institutions. Oh no, are you sure? They own all the leadership in fucking London. They run the shit. God, man. What is wrong with people? I just don't understand. Sometimes I'm just blown the fuck away. Massachusetts Governor Marley Healy gave approximately $100 million of taxpayer fund to illegal alien invaders. Should she be prosecuted? They ignored what was told, that you're not supposed to be giving them free. That was by the government. So here's the Gambian murder on video. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Just walked up. No reason. And this is the police officer.
And tell me about the driver's licenses for the undocumented. You think that's a good move? Do you think that's going to help the state in the long run and in the short run?
Absolutely. You know, Jimmy, I remember I was a prosecutor in Somerville District Court and doing cases where you prosecute somebody for being an quote uninsured motorist, right? And basically these were people who were undocumented, who, you know, got into an accident, or were hit and didn't have insurance. Why? Because they didn't have driver's licenses. And, you know, as a matter of public safety, that's why I, as Attorney General, supported this, because with driver's license, you have somebody actually getting the training so that they're going to be out on the road safely.
Yeah, and then they can kill. Yeah, that's great. That's really great. That's fucking fantastic. You are such an amazing piece of fucking shit. Just a piece of fucking shit. Taxpayer, let me download it because I can play it and talk at the same time. I thought I'd download this, but I didn't. Rare, another fucking Palestinian fucked up Muslim Brotherhood operation. Taxpayer-funded Muslim Brotherhood operation is building a massive 10-acre Sharia campus in Little Rock, deliberately creating a separate Islamic society where Sharia law will be the law. But no, they're not invading.
With
They're
suggestions
peaceful.
of community members and guidance of our imam and scholars and city officials, we developed a master plan.
A master plan? That sounds like fucking Nazi shit to me.
Brothers and sisters, this is our legacy. Together,
We are American.
Brothers and sisters, this is our legacy. Together, let's make it real.
This country tends to fall.
This is not assimilation. This is occupation.
This country tends to follow or appear to follow the US and the UK as if it's the one that comes afterwards. Well, that may be in the systems of colonization and oppression. But I want to tell you, in the experience of decolonizing this world, what you are doing here has the potential to decolonize everywhere.
Yeah. UK reporter reveals white women have become one of the most oppressed groups in the West. For decades, liberals protected everyone who was oppressed by regimes. After rape Gans files were published in the UK, we're witnessing that their own regime allows one of the most horrific acts of oppression of a group in modern history. There's a video that I'll look for while I'm playing videos of Sadiq Khan. Let's do this. He literally is being asked by the city council about rape gangs. Sadiq Khan dodging rape gang questions. I don't think I spelled his name as Sadiq. Let's try London Mayor. London Mayor. This is how they do it. And they get away with it because if you press the issue...
reopening 4,000...
If you fucking do it, you are a racist.
The Met Police reopening 4,000 grooming gang cases from the capital. Now, this is a man that denied that there was a problem with grooming gangs. Do you remember the viral clip of him and Susan Hall in the Assembly? For me, it's unforgivable that he didn't address that. And now it comes to the point that we have up to 4,000 possible grooming gang cases that need to be looked into. It's a serious problem. And I think heads need to roll with this.
He acted, Chloe, like it didn't exist. It's outrageous.
Yeah, and speaking of front pages, after we had that viral clip of him deflecting Susan Hall's questions where he acts like he's got no idea what's going on, it was then revealed on the front page of The Express that he had previously, privately, been shown the details of and had to personally respond to cases that the Met Police had shown to him of alleged grooming gang crimes.
The only thing I will say is, and I will say this, is Hope Not Hate have put thousands, tens of thousands of pictures all over London with racist written across my face. And I knock on doors and I stand and I talk to black members of black Londoners explaining that actually they've got their opinion of me through something they've read, which they admit to. This happened to me last week. Putting stuff out like that is very, very dangerous because people automatically assume if they read it, it might be right. And this absolutely isn't right. And to be called a racist when you know you're not is one of the most abhorrent things.
Here it is.
You so annoy me because this is such an important bloody issue and you will not take it seriously. So I'll say this to you, and I really mean this. When you get that extra money, I can't think of any better value for money than to spend it on looking into these grooming gangs. Because if nothing else, these children need to be looked after. And every single one of us in this room should be determined to look after children. And the children that suffer from these grooming gangs deserve so much better from all of us. So can you pledge that you will put some of that extra money from that money tree that appears between January and February every single year, that you will put money into the looking into the grooming gangs and looking after London's children?
I take the issue of child victims of crime incredibly seriously. That's why one of the first things I did when I became mayor was to ask was that Her Majesty's Inspectorate to look into the service the police was providing or not providing in terms of children.
The police.
Actioned all the recommendations made by His Majesty's Inspectorate. So we've got a child-first approach when it comes to dealing with the victims of particularly child sexploitation.
Mr. Mayor, can you just answer the question, please? This is specific. Will you or will you not put money into grooming gangs? You now know what they are.
What is a grooming
because it's
gang?
been spelt out to you. Will you or will you not? And we're under a clock. Just answer that. It's a yes or no. Will you or will you not fund grooming gang inquiry? Yes or no?
I'd have thought this issue is too serious to play party politics.
Oh, he plays it all the time. Chairman, back to you, because you so annoy me, because this is such an important bloody issue, and you will not take it seriously. I'm going back to you, Chairman. Thank you.
I can't find the video.
Because this is such an important bloody
literally, this man sits there and he literally dodges. Well, I don't understand what a rape gang is. What's a rape gang?
Of faith.
Can you?
And on the day when a place of worship.
Can you literally explain it? That's what he does.
Of faith. And on the day when a place of worship, on the Day of Atonement, has been attacked by a terrorist, you can understand, I hope, why Jewish people are feeling frightened. And let's not go to what the law is. I think you use the word appropriate. That's a good word. I don't think it's appropriate, because people are feeling scared and frightened more so than they have, in the recent past.
Okay, so do you think that the behaviour of the protesters in Whitehall and at Liverpool Street describe these protesters clearly? Because they're not only plainly wrong, they are anti-Semitic.
Look, the difference, I would say, respectfully, between the member and myself is I'm consistent. So the member argues for the right of the far right to protest, but criticises pro-Palestinian.
That's all he did. That's what he did.
From a side that should be allowed to say that. To say terror state. The duplicity of your remarks when discussing protests on different sides. Do you not understand why they are so concerned about this?
I've never mentioned flags. I know she's obsessed by flags. I've never mentioned...
See, this how she does it.
Do you not see that in London, to have one community that is so badly disadvantaged by what is going on, with these anti-Semitic chants, that you, as mayor of this great city, should do something about that?
Well, I've got to be clear in my remarks in relation to my concern about the fear, the increased fear Jewish Londoners...
He's not forced to do anything because he doesn't have to. He's a lefty. He's an Islamist. He gets away with it. It's what they do. It's what they've always done. That's what they always will do. The file revealed in time of rapid demographic and culture changes without legal protection, more than 1 million white women were systematically assaulted across the West. Most of them were raped, tortured. A large part of them were slaves. Some of them were killed. But the worst part, it happened. First of all, white women inherited a safe civilization where they grew up kind of empathetic, without thinking about self-protection. All the time, their homeland turned against them by hiding statistics and making it impossible for them to be aware of danger. Somali, 20 times more to do rape. Syrian, 12 times more. Palestinian, 11 times. Afghanistan, Iraq, Denmark, 1%. They were so afraid of showing the negative side of the regime that they hid facts, covered criminal, lowered the numbers, and simply didn't investigate crimes. Of 250,000 rapes. I encourage feminists to go to Tehran alone and drunk, or to Kabul in a miniskirt and bring gay friends. See how long it takes them to hang you for a crime. Love that. I was only 10 years old, a child whose childhood was stolen, sold from one man to another as if I were a piece of furniture without feelings, without dreams, without dignity. They put me in chains. They beat me. They violated my innocence and subjected me to fragile body to electric shock. In 2020, I was taken as a captive to the Gaza Strip, where I was sold to a jihadist and under the threat of violence was forced to marry him and bear 2 children. I lived there for years in slavery. I was forced to do everything. I was so exhausted and terrified that I was forced to sleep standing up. I was locked in a dark room without windows for 3 months. I attempted to take my own life several times to escape that hell. But one thing kept me alive, my mother's tongue. My identity and the memory of my mother, which I refused to let fade from my mind. Finally, with the help of a brave woman who gave me a telephone, I recorded a video of my mother's tongue while wearing a hijab and posted on TikTok, sending my final cry to the world. My story was believed, and a joint international effort was launched. I was rescued and brought to safety. Today, I'm in Germany under the humanitarian protection. After 10 years of hell, freedom feels surreal. Farah Sidhu, Yazidi, kidnapped in Iraq in 2014, sold in the sex trade. Ilhan Omar turns her replies off. Omar reform the Supreme Court, term limits, expand the court, enforce codes of ethics. It's time we address corruption at the highest court. Why is an elected representative blocking comments on her social? And almost like she doesn't care about the opinions. If you have to turn your comments off after calling your perceived corruption, it's probably because you're corrupt. Can we address the Somali fraud? No. Tobias Toby Forsyth was 21, a star goalie for the UMass Lowell soccer team, who's with his whole life ahead of him. On Sunday, his life was taken. A massive semi-truck driven by Bezoid Arov rammed the back of Toby's car on I-71 Madison, Ohio, killing him. He was an illegal. We don't hear his story. We never hear his story. Ro Khan complains about how many people ICE arrested last week. ICE arrested more than 100,000 people last week. We cannot ignore the continued abuse and violation of human rights. Time to abolish ICE. I'm sorry, are you saying those 10,000 people were legal U.S. citizens? 10,000, not 100,000, sorry. A Texas hospital confirms the Fox News is behind the billboards of the U.S.-Mexico border advertising childbirth services and encourages expectant mothers to give birth in Texas. The Spanish-language billboard directed people to go to HaveMyBabyTexas.com. Texas Health is going to start looking at it, but why is that even happening? Why? Why? How in the fuckity fuck? How in the fuckity fuck is that a thing in 2026? How is that a fucking thing? And the guy who's turned New York City to fucking Islamabad, his sorry ass wife, let me see if I can find the wife. Rowan Duwai, wife of New York City, Zohran Madani, is co-hosting an expensive spiritual retreat in Corsica, honoring Jesus, Mother Mary, as Palestinian women giving birth to under occupation. Ticket range for $3,000 to $5,000. Piece of fucking shit. Before I get back into more videos, Sadiq Khan should be arrested and sent to Gitmo, because what he's done to London and what he's done to those people is just straight up heinous. It's fucking heinous. He knows it's happening. And for people to vote that piece of shit in, Jesus Christ. So we covered this family murdered. The migrant who attacked Swedish football fan Christian Zieg at the World Cup fan zone in Copenhagen is a repeat offender. Charged with rape in 2013, 7 years for attempted murder in 2017, charged with assault in 2026. Why is he allowed to remain in Europe? Because diversity is our strength. That's why. Southport horror. 3 girls killed in a deadly attack. Suspect pleads guilty. Oh, a black guy. Imagine that. From Somalia. Wow. That's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. It is fucking insane. It's fucking insane. It's fucking insane. The whole thing is insane that we are allowing this to happen in our country. Next one. These 3 illegal immigrants just got convicted for gang raping a British woman on a beach in Brighton. They brutalized her while filming the entire attack, called her whore. One of them grabbed her face, forced her mouth open, spat inside that. They egged his buddies on to do the same. She begged them to stop. They didn't. They just laughed like it was the funniest thing in the world. Now she says every time she closes her eyes, she sees their faces laughing at her, so it makes her skin crawl. These animals have ruined her for life, and she may never recover what they did. This is a direct result of British government open border insanity. They put their own women in danger, and they don't seem to care. Accountability is long overdue. Why does a country need pieces of fucking shit like this? Look at their faces. Look at their faces. Why do you need this in your country? What do they bring to your country? Controversial Englistan billboard in Whitechapel. They're occupying. This picture is Hanami, the guns, the men, the violence against a woman fully covered in her blue burqa, a woman still resisting despite everything but not resisting and accepting the defeat. The Taliban colonized Afghan women's bodies and elastic skin, and they're still not satisfied, and we know how the story ends. She probably was beaten, stoned. Who the fuck knows? It's fucking bad. And we sit here and say, we need those pieces of shit in our country. Without them, our country won't work. So let's go to Thais Diskin. This brave woman that won't be lauded. She won't be lauded here at all. Got fined $1,000 or, it was $1,000 because she said truths. And now this man, which I hope this is the right one. Is this the right picture? No, it's this one. This man was made to pay $4,600 for walking about a bunch of fucking piece of shit Afghans living on the street, harassing people. That's hate speech, but he had to pay $600 to each one of them because of hate speech. They didn't even hear what he said because they don't speak fucking English.
Dear European and American friends, listen to this latest absurdity. Last November, Jean Hugana, who is a father, an identity activist, and a local councilman, filmed a video in front of the supermarket in his small town. Let's watch it together and I'll comment next.
Salut à tous, vous voyez, là je suis dans la ville dans laquelle j'ai grandi, 10 000 habitants je crois, et depuis quelques années maintenant, tous les soirs, on est comme ça. Voilà, à la sortie, on se demande un peu ce qui se passe. Mais en gros, t'as des réfugiés afghans qui traînent.
Oh, this is France. Sorry, I thought it was England.
De la bouffe, rien branler. Bienvenue dans la campagne française.
Okay, he posted this in the evening, and the next day at noon, the cops called him to summon him, warning him that it might take a while. He was held in police custody for 48 hours and subjected to completely crazy interrogations, where they asked him where his children went to school, what his relationship with them was like, how he raised them, Stasi style basically. In the end, he was recently prosecuted and sentenced to a 3-month suspended sentence prison and a fine of 4,650 euros, including 600 euros in compensation for each Afghan migrant he filmed. Native French people who speak out against non-European immigration and its damages are subjected to a veritable ritual of humiliation. They are forced to submit and to love their invaders and their tormentors against their will. We identitarian activists are hunted down like criminals because we love our country. My friends, keep fighting and defend your freedom of speech tooth and nail, because if you lose it, you lose everything else. Your sovereignty.
Jack, why did you call me? I live in Chicago. I can't save you.
You didn't pick up.
Right.
It went to voicemail.
Yeah.
Here. All right, let's watch it. This is from yesterday.
Hello, dear European and American patriots.
That's
I need
me.
your help. Tomorrow, I may be sentenced to unsuspended prison for daring to say on French TV that the main danger to women in France comes from black African and Arab immigrant men, even though I was defending a woman who was herself raped by a Central African man subject to an OQTF order in the courtyard of her Paris apartment building.
Wow.
Having myself survived an attempted rape by a Tunisian migrant 4 years ago, I could not remain silent. But for having spoken these words on a television set, the prosecutor has sought a prison.
Somebody else in chat says that fix your own fucking problem. The U.S. isn't Captain America. We have our own shit. You don't understand that there is a larger cultural goal that is at hand. If you normalize this type of deportation rhetoric and this...
And it's coming to you, dumbasses. It's coming to you. It's coming to you. People think that this is all fucking mega and xenophobic. No, it's coming to you. This is U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank. Somali Independence Day, they flew a flag over the goddamn building. Why? Why? This is at a Lisbon train station. The worst part about this whole fucking video is that nobody does anything as this white woman is beat the fuck down. A woman gets brutally beaten and kicked on a Lisbon train platform while it doesn't just stand there filming. No one steps in, but police would probably arrest her for swearing.
Não batem numa mulher, faz favor. Sim, mas não batem ela. A polícia que vem fazer isso. Não batem ela. Olha, menino, olha. Ô, filho, fica aí. Meu Deus do céu, gente!
Look at that. Oh, it's just one, Tony. Nope, this is Spain. One of the great American, great immigrant people that we need so bad in our country is beating the shit out of a woman. This is Texas. This is Texas. Why do we have that? This is Alberta, Canada. Alberta, Canada.
There you can talk after the event. This is not the right time.
So I came here
Indians
to celebrate
taking
Canada
over
with
Canada
my girls.
celebration,
We're
bringing
Indigenous.
bags
We're
of trash
Métis, we're
home
Cree, we're
to dump,
Lakota, okay?
to dump on the event. Because
we
they're great
share
people.
our land. We don't treat our land like this. All of you should be ashamed. Pick up some garbage. No, you're not. Look at all the garbage everywhere. It doesn't work that way. We don't wait till the event's over, because what happens if the rain comes in the rain
They don't
comes
give
in.
a fuck. Why would they give a fuck?
Up, all this garbage gets
This
picked
is
up.
Australia.
Guys, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
This is England. This is a woman getting beat the fuck down. Beat the fuck down by migrants. Kicking her. She's like 80. Here's another fucking piece of shit Somalian. This is a mayor, and she's mocking that she went back to Somalia instead of 4th of July. But no, they're really important. We need them. We need them.
I need to offer my sincerest apology.
She's a piece of fucking shit.
For having the audacity to take vacation time to go see family members I have not seen in 10 years.
Oh, well, stay there. I wish you'd just stay there and not come back.
The federal holiday that we have and the time off that we have to be able to go see my grandmothers, in which I have not seen in 10 years, in which 6 of those years I have worked diligently to serve the good people of St. Louis Park. I am...
Oh, I'm sorry. It's a piece of shit that listen.
We routinely see people
Look at
who
her.
are not supposed to be in this country.
Was it treacherous of me? You know, this is not even the first time that I met the president of a foreign nation.
She's a piece of fucking shit. She goes on to say she met her president, her real president, not the president you want her to meet. She doesn't give a fuck about that. Here's Chris Hansen. I don't think he's MAGA.
We routinely see people who are not supposed to be in this country coming in and abusing our children. We work in Livingston Parish, Louisiana. We had a guy show up who was from, a Central American country. I think it was Honduras. And he comes in, and we're going at it with my limited Spanish and translators, but he's there for a girl. And unbeknownst to us, his cousin, also in the country illegally, is waiting in the car. And as I'm halfway through this interview, we hear, he's got one of those, Dodge Challengers. He takes off, T-bones an undercover car. It turns out they were both in this country illegally, and they were going to kidnap the girl and traffic her. That was the plan.
I don't think people realize how bad and widespread this issue is with illegals meeting up for underage kids for sex in America. So here's Chris Henson again, and he says that every single time He sets up a sting to catch a pedophile. It's an illegal. Just watch this. It's wild.
We have seen an increase in illegal immigrants being caught in our stings across the country.
Once again, they're not compatible with our form of freedom. This is Philadelphia. This is what our people do, but if you notice, the color of the people that are doing it. Burning the flag.
Tighten up.
Shouldn't even be here. Go back home. So France, it is a Somalian again. Like leave. 40-year-old Muslim man of Romanian nationality climbed the main altar of St. Peter's. He fought back. Oh, I'm sorry. No. This is they say it's a man, but look at him. He's not. That's why I was playing it. He's not a Romanian man. He went in to destroy it. Here's another day, another foreigner targeting children. Somalian state rep in Minnesota once again talking about
when the only
America
way
sucks.
to keep a roof over your family's head is to work 3 jobs. We're not doing our job to address access to quality housing. When you cannot find adequate...
The thing is, that's how bad the left has made all these people. They believe they should come here and just get everything fucking free.
Hey everyone, it's Rashida. I'm in Washington, D.C. We just had an amazing press conference to support Living Wage for All, which increases minimum wage to $25 an hour. I'm out here because our revolution needs to step up in Michigan.
That lady should be in fucking Gitmo.
The insanity of the UK is never to be underestimated. Just gone through security at Heathrow. It's so strict. My daughter, who's 2, in tears, being frisked. Don't know, maybe it's because we flagged up because I've presented for Tommy Robinson. But how can they actually vet people going out the country more than people coming in the country? I've just recorded a video on the Taliban being in the UK. I've recorded a video on...
Look at this piece of shit.
ਅੱਜ ਆਪਣਾ ਮੈਂ CDL ਲਾਇਸੈਂਸ ਦਾ ਟੈਸਟ ਪਾਸ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਹਾਕ ਟਰੱਕ ਡਰਾਈਵਿੰਗ ਸਕੂਲ ਤੋਂ 1 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਚ ਮੈਂ ਲਾਇਸੈਂਸ ਲੈ ਲਿਆ ਬਹੁਤ
So I'm going to read this. DHS and DOT confirmed to us that Indian national Kuji Kang, who was allegedly killed 23-year-old Sebastian Stone in a hit and run while texting, renewed his CDL less than 2 months ago. He's allowed to. It's more important about him than you. This is in Ireland. They let the sex offender out, and this is what those governments going to get if you keep fucking around with shit like this. Look at this. I want to pause it. Look at this. This is a foreigner, and all they do is harass women. This is all they fucking do is harass women day in and day out, and your men are not going to put up with that.
Multiculture summed up in a nutshell. Out-of-place migrant scares a civilized native for online content.
And you find these videos and they got to cover their face because they'll go to jail for pointing out facts. That's what we're getting. Irishman, woman getting raped, beats the fuck out of her. He'll probably go to jail. Look at her. Look at her.
Jefferson sent Marines to eliminate jihadists.
Street prostitution has to be the most dangerous.
This is Rufo.
And not only is
most
it
of them,
the most dangerous,
illegals.
they're not going to be making a lot of money per
Another
transaction.
illegal.
A blowjob
Fuck your traditions. Fucks with the horse. I'll pause it. I don't know why. I fucking did a new code in this, and it's supposed to not be doing this. I gotta find like some OBS hacks. This is just getting ridiculous. It only has one setting, 1920 by 8 billion, and you can't underset it. Look at him. It says don't touch the fucking horse. Houston liberals outraged after a legal alien was killed while trying to run over an ICE agent. Here's videos of it. He tried to run over an ICE agent. He got shot in the fucking face. Fuck around, find out. fuck around, find out. It's obstruction of justice. Here's a lady on the street talking to these
guys dressed like
in
Americans?
this America.
I'm a takeover. I am American. I've been a Texan for 22 years. This is not how Americans dress. No, it is. No, it's not. This is a takeover. This is a displacement. You guys are wearing dresses. This is not how men dress. This is not how men dress.
They're not
These two
trying
men
to
came to
assimilate.
Pleasant Hill Park and they started recording my children and showing them on video time without permission. I asked them to stop and they didn't stop. What is your name, sir? What is your name? Do you guys
I don't
do
fucking
this
care.
often?
I'm a
Do you
piece of
guys do this
shit.
often?
I'm a pedophile,
No,
but
but
in
do you
our
do this
nationality,
often?
that's okay to be a pedophile. Irishman assaulting a police officer.
This is in Lisbon, Portugal, in the airport. The
And you hear what they
media
call him?
are describing this as an Irishman
A
attacking
black
security.
That's how they do it. They do it. The Lisbon, an Romanian. He's not a Romanian. He's fucking illegal. This is one of the saddest things ever. In England, beat up by a freaking illegal. The cops come in, arrest the white guy, and get killed when the same guy that was harassing them stabs him in the neck. Look at that fucking shit. I'm sorry, it's Germany. Yeah, but they're such good people. We need them. We gotta have them. We can't live without them. We need to be multicultural. Here's a white kid. Beat the fuck down. Oh, they're black migrants. What a surprise. 42-year-old man. They're illegals. Here are the most important people on the planet right now for liberals. These are Somalians stepping on the American flag. Official Somali army. I'd love to shoot you. I would love to shoot you. We should have gone in. I don't know why we didn't go in. We should have gone in.
The analysis of the Ministry of Justice obtained under the Freedom of Information request found that between 2021 and 2023, foreign nationals were convicted of sexual offences at a rate of 71% higher than the British population as a whole. Those figures are not invented by Reform UK. Those... Yeah, go on.
I want to say that as a woman, I'm sick of hearing constantly this being an excuse for the nation of sanctuary. When Sarah Everard was murdered by Wayne Couzens, where was the outrage?
That's liberalism.
Instagram viennent de bannir mon compte et c'est très probablement pour des raisons.
It's another French lady talking about being raped, beaten, stabbed. It's no big deal. Difference between opposing another Middle East war and performing for a regime that I'm not going to play. So let's go into another type of fucking terror, and that is the United States of America with people like this.
Chitemte here, and just a reminder, we are doing Trans Jihad, and this is something everybody can actually kind of partake in a little bit here because it's about making the oppressor, the bigots, the animals that make up MAGA, for example, right? So for decades, everyone else, all the marginalized.
This piece of fucking shit comes down and is giving child classes in a liberal city.
Concerning video has surfaced showing Tyheim Clark, widely known as the childcare whisperer, wearing a dress and high heels while telling a group of young children that their parents cannot be trusted.
I want you to hear me. The parents are not your friends, okay? They cannot be trusted, all right? I want you to hear me. The parents are not your friends, okay? They cannot be trusted, all right?
But these stats are kind of scary. Mass Colorado Springfield shooter, non-binary. Mass Denver shooter, trans. Mass Aberdeen shooter, trans. Mass Nashville shooter, trans. Philadelphia shooter, trans. Iowa shooter, trans. Try to kill Kavanaugh, trans. Peterson, gay guy with trans.
Eat the rich!
This is the guy who got on top of the fucking Yosemite and is the gay park ranger with a mustache, red something or other, saying, "Eat the rich."
The rich! Protect the dog! Free Palestine!
Yeah.
Hi everyone, it's Emily. I'm here at the Wheaton Mall in Wheaton, Maryland. And despite this store being hiring, they have beautiful dresses. I just went in and asked if I could be hired. And they told me that I couldn't because I'm not a woman. And only a woman can work at that job.
You're not a woman.
Why are you wearing keffiyeh?
Because it's solidarity just in general.
Do Gazans have solidarity with trans people?
Yeah, usually.
Have you ever seen what they do to trans people in Gaza?
I think that's what the IDF does to trans people. I think also that it is not.
How many gay pride parades have there been in Gaza?
Well, I mean, how many people have been killed in Gaza? They can't do pride parades at the moment because the whole place is decimated.
They are so fucking stupid. Until they get raped, shot, murdered like that lady did. They don't understand that Palestine, there's fucking 10 fucking 20-foot tall concertina wired fucking fences between them and Egypt, an Arab country. A Muslim country doesn't want them. Nobody wants the Palestinians. They're crazy as fuck. Their own people starve them. So they won't murder them. In our last soundbite, a mother in Oregon is told she can no longer have access to her child patient portal. Just got done taking my son to the doctor, and they tried telling me at the front desk I don't have access to his portal anymore because he turned 13. And you're kidding me? He's under age of 18. He's my child. I should have access to medical stuff. That's insane to me. This is real, and because Democrats are trying to twine away parents' rights from their own kids, here's what happened at age of 13. Oregon minor consent law kicks in. Minors gain right to confidential care in certain areas. At age 14, can consent to outpatient mental health, drug, and alcohol treatment. At 15, consent to general medical, hospitals, and dental and surgical. Any age, fun activity for reproductive health, birth control, STI, HVI, and more important, chopping their dick off. System like MyChart and Epic have default restriction a segment to parental access starting at 13. Who needs enemies when you have the Democratic Party and people don't know about it until they run into it? It's just like the girl in Palestine. You don't know they're evil pieces of shit until they fucking beat you to death.
I just got done taking my son to the doctor, and they tried telling me at the front desk that I don't have access to his patient portal anymore because he just turned 13. Are you kidding me? He is under the age of 18. He is my child. I should have access to what his medical stuff is. That is insane to me.
So the reason that this mother is locked out of her own kids' medical records is because of Democrats. Democrats passed what's called minor consent laws, and they kick in at age 13 in Oregon. So at age 13, minors gain the right to confidential care in certain areas without parental knowledge or consent. So here are those ages. At age 14, you can consent to mental health.
And I wasn't going to play this, but I want to play this because this is the person that's online with you and they're telling you that you're a piece of shit and they get a vote and their vote's more important than yours. Your vote doesn't mean shit because you're not a crazy. Listen to this lady. You know she's on SSRIs. She's gay. Her husband has his dick still, but he's got boobs. These are the liberal freak shows that we're supposed to all listen to because they're so important. Just like migrants and black people murdering people. None of that happens. You're making it up. Stop being a dumbass.
I've had to restart a few times. I'm sorry if I'm not very put together. I know crying on the internet is so embarrassing, but I need to add a voice to the distress. I am halfway through completing a degree in secondary education of English, so middle.
I want this person teaching my kid
high school English. I'm sorry if I'm not as articulate as I typically am. I'm not used to doing this. But, I have been told very recently by professors and lead teachers during my practicums and all manner of potential employers, and even, I'm also an author, and even by other friends of mine who are authors, that I should be using AI to run my stories by, to run my lesson plans by, to make entire new lesson plans and new storylines. I don't understand how we have gotten to a point that the people who are supposed to teach humanity to children are expected to use the most inhuman tool possible to do so. I'm trying to get all of this out as quick as possible, because I know this app is a time waster, and I don't want to waste any more of your time. These AI programs, they grind up real human thought and art, and they turn it into this mush, and then they add the opinions of a fucking trillionaire on top of it, and then they spit it.
He has no
out,
leverage
and they
here.
almost
I
always
like
have something wrong.
Graham Plattner.
No, they always have something wrong every single time.
I want you to think about what she's saying right there. She truly believes that Elon Musk and people like that are coding this shit, and it's not. It's liberals. Everything's liberal in AI, and you're freaked out about it? Trump talked bad about Iran. 2 more, sorry. Here's Tapper, offended that he called Iranians crazy.
Back with more on the breaking news in our world lead right now. The U.S. military says it is launching new strikes against Iran. This at the direction of President Trump after earlier today he threatened these strikes, calling the ceasefire over. Let's discuss this all with Ambassador Victoria Nuland, who served as the U.S. ambassador to NATO from 2005 to 2008. A diplomat for 35 years, Nuland has served 6 U.S. presidents and 10 secretaries of state from both political parties. Ambassador, thanks for joining. So this morning, President Trump said that as far as he's concerned, the ceasefire is over, and now we see these new strikes. So is this an end to the ceasefire, or is it possible that this is just a negotiating tactic and the ceasefire is still officially on?
Jake, it's good to be with you. I don't think that the United States and President Trump ever had a true agreement with Iran. What Iran thinks it got out of this ceasefire.
When you start talking about our enemy like that, I'm not playing you on the show. And last but not least, I swear, MS Now turned to Harry Sasson to talk about Planter. I wasn't going to play it from the beginning of the show. Put on your crazy hats. Here's Harry Sasson's take about Planter, a Nazi sexual assaulter. And I haven't heard the soundbite, but I'm pretty sure somewhere in there, Trump.
He has no leverage here.
He being whom?
Graham Plattner.
No,
I keep seeing reports in media and talking heads and whatnot say that Graham Plattner has leverage. He has no leverage. He has been credibly accused of sexual assault. And this is a moment of reckoning for the Democratic Party. Why do we keep allowing this to happen? It was Eric Swalwell, now it's Graham Plattner. And so nobody should be looking at Graham Plattner for where we go next. We should be looking at the people of Maine, the convention that they're going to hold inevitably, and see where that goes. But if Graham Plattner is at the front of this saying, no, I want to say in the candidate, I think people should tell him to kick rocks.
Well, that's...
Oh, I'm surprised. There was no but Trumps. Usually there's always a but Trump. So that wraps up another episode of Flyover Politic Podcast. Share with your family friends. Go to Flyover Politic with a K. YouTube. I'm going to post 3 today. And email. You know what it is. Let's go with our next one. 13th. Let's go 13th. Give it a couple days so we maybe change the subjects a little bit. Disconnect from all your devices. Don't give the yeah-yeahs. And make sure you tune into the next show. As always, thanks for listening. Take care.